Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
We're doing good. Thank you. How are you?
Good, good. Naomi's taking a day off again?
Oh,
Been a while.
yeah. Oh,
Again?
I haven't been here for over a month or two.
Just teasing. Anyways, I want to start off by firstly, again, thanking all the firefighters that are out there right now, risking their lives. It is really a scary thing to watch. I was able to see some of the videos of some of the firefighters that are out there fighting, and I saw some running away from a fire that was going around them already, and taking off full speed as fast as they could run. There's a fire that got out of hand and went around. And it's quite a time, and you look at the heat that's thrown to the smoke. I was just telling Cowboy right there on the Duck Bay right now, and they're not receiving the lake. It's just so smoky here. That's coming from the north because the wind is shifted to the northwest, I believe, from the northwest. And just I told Cowboy, just imagine what they're facing out there. You know, this is how many miles away. We're talking hundreds of miles away.
So tragic.
Yeah, just scary, to be honest with you. It's I think some of us that, however, like, for example, I live in a city, you know, be able to fathom what it is that they're going through. You know, listening to their fear, being forced out of their homes, in just quick notice. You got to pack up. You got to be gone. Even a lot of their prized possessions, pictures, and certain things that mean a lot to them. You know, their house and everything else. And why are they coming home back to a home? You know, it's like you look in the Lac de Bonnie area. What happened to them there not long ago, a few weeks ago, and that fire is on its way to be set that way. So, and if the wind shifts, it can go into a different direction again. And but there's so many fires now. Cranberry just got evacuated now, and Cranberry just went through this a few years ago. And so it's a really challenging time. You look at the city of Flin Flon, the entire city had to be evacuated. So it is scary. You look at the north, Cross Lake, I think had to get evacuated. And a lot of them made their way to Norrie House. The chief was there, I'm sure, and chief to chief, they're taking care of each other, helping each other. But it is something that's quite scary for so many. And we're doing our best at the Federation. I want to, first of all, take the opportunity to thank Stephanie and her team. Mueller, she's the lead on our side. And but we have, because we went through this a few years ago, we got our team to get our operational connections together. We react to fire business again. So we've been able to act and be able to get our system in place very fast. Staff are not hesitating to jump in, whether it's directors, management, senior management, everybody's inside. Everybody's jumping in. For example, I think even Carrie Smith, she's head of HRD. She's a manager at the top, and she's on her way, I think, to DePaul with supplies, driving right now. So, you know, my staff, Kat's there too, sleeping there overnight and working right from our command center in 406 McGregor. And the donations that are coming in, the reaction we got from our people is so powerful. Like we just got a call out and indicating, you know, an emergency that's happening, and within minutes, our computers are just receiving email after email, hundreds and hundreds of emails. What can I do? How can I help? You know, I got an extra bedroom in my home. If somebody needs that, you know, so people. Dave Gray was here yesterday. He said, I got a camper. If you need to pick up my camper, take it. You know, there's things of that nature, and you start looking around. I got a camper too. I'm going to tell the team it's there if they need it. So you start looking around. With right now, a lot of people, some places you have no choice, are sleeping in a cot in a hall. And then what you watch for there is the ability for even the plumbing system, because they asked us in Thompson to use the St. Joseph Hall, which we own. They said, of course, they can use it. But if you start putting people to state, the problem we face is that we're renovating it right now, and will the plumbing system keep up with the demand? So they're going to use it as a depot, maybe where you can keep your staff. I told the province of Manitoba, use it any way you want that way, but I'm not sure we can recommend to use it as a place for cots and a potential, you know, 100 people or more to be there when there's the washroom system. Because there's an older building, we just bought it not long ago, so we're renovating it. Right. But I know there's other arenas they're using, and again, the challenge is that can the infrastructure keep up? Now, you know, it is scary, and everybody's being shipped to Winnipeg right now. There's so many. We have a bus going out right now, and I want to thank some of the businesses. Go into my mind for a second. I'm going to go down to my notes from my team. There was a company here I want to reference. They put a driver in there to help us. So, because of course, he's class one. The company, give me a second, I'm going to find it here. Our minister, John Remillard, is actually on the bus to help coordinate on the way to the bus. And you can't go between Cranberry and the bus, so people can, the ones that are listening in Winnipeg and in the south, you'll have to go all the way around towards Thompson to Ponton, and then from Ponton through Snow Lake, past Snow Lake, into number 10, and back to Cranberry. You can't come through because of the fires that are on the other side between DePaul and Cranberry, and Prince Lawn. So, again, the ship, we had a company, a Métis business, Short Lines called. They donated a truck, and they had the cots delivered to DePaul. And so I think it was about 400 cots they're delivering over there. And then now we have our LRI bus, we own a bus.
Oh, wonderful.
That's sitting out there. They're trying to pick up people. And then I think we got the Short Line donated or volunteered to send another driver, to jump on the bus with our driver. So it's things of this nature. Everybody seems to be chipping in, like I said, from ministers to staff and our citizens at large and friends of the Métis citizens. So Short Line is a bus company actually. So they're in there, and then we're gonna be seeing whatever tools we need. Short Line is willing to help us and help our people and help the people in Manitoba. So thank you, Short Line. But again, it just shows you that when trouble comes, how quickly we come together.
Yeah.
And the command center is at 406 McGregor. I know there's so many clothes being donated, boxes of Pampers, dog food and cat food and things of that nature is being donated and dropped off there. And toiletries, people forgot their toothbrushes, toothpaste, and shaving kits, and all these things that they're rushing out. So actually, some of our Métis businesses donated money already, so that'll be used in case money is needed somewhere. So it is just a encompassing all together process where we're all coming together, and I want to send my best wishes to the First Nations and the struggles they're facing, the hardships, and some, I think Puckatawagan, I was very concerned about. I heard they were taking small groups at a time because the plane can't land there.
Right.
The fire surrounded them and it got too close to them, and so they're trying to evacuate the entire Puckatawagan. So, it just shows again, people forget when you're stuck in a non-road ability to get to your home, there's a different world you live in. And that's a good example of where they're facing such a challenge to get people out of there now for safety. So our prayers go out to everybody in Puckatawagan, of course, and as I said, Cross Lake actually is one of the biggest reserves in the province, and in fact, one of the biggest reserves in Western Canada. Oh. So again, it just shows you the hardship that happens. But what's more scarier, and Don was talking to me, he's with me out here right now, we came to a wedding, which I'll do greetings to that after. But one of the things that really we need to also contemplate is what's happening to all the moose, the deer, the bear, all the animals,
right?
The birds. There's a lot of damage happening right now because this is not a one fire. We're talking numerous fires everywhere. It's like the province is on fire. Oh. And you go to Saskatchewan, they're going through the same thing. A massive fires out in Saskatchewan declare a state of emergency in that province. So it is absolutely scary, to be honest with you. It is time we come to terms that, these politicians like Trump and even our own politicians here in Canada that try to say that climate change really is not as bad or as deadly as it is.
Right. Well,
look at Lac du Bonnet. They lost 2 people. I don't care if you lose 1 person or 2 people or 10 people. A life is a life, and it's valueless. You can't pay. You can never replace it with any money in the world.
That's right.
So when you look at it from that context, it's important that people really begin to understand what's at stake here, and we need to start looking for young kids, our generation. Like when you talk about 600 calls we're manning right now, 600 families, you're talking big families. I know in our camps, which I'm very thankful to Hank Ford, Jack Parks, Minister of that, and that we have 3 camps. We have one in Maxine, and we have one smaller camp, and we have a smaller camp in Montegosis, like I think 14 or 16 or something like 18 beds. But we have a cafeteria, we have internet, we have everything, TVs. And then the big ones in 300, we've got, I think, 81 small single bedrooms, not halls, bedrooms, all individual bedrooms. They have their own TVs and internet, and they've got a big kitchen there in the cafeteria. So, and a gymnasium and stuff like that they have in there. But we kept those camps, and we offered them last time there was a big fire. Nobody actually used them except some of our people did. But when you look at it now, they're filling up. There's no room. And one family that came in needed 10 beds. That's one family. So you imagine the size. And then we start looking people that bring their dogs. And then we make sure we have a chain of supplies of food for them. So some are bringing cats. And so we can't say no, that's their babies. They love them. So I saw that one guy on TV, First Nation guy from the north, and he was so devastated he had to leave his dog behind. It's a bigger dog, but he wasn't to bring it. And he said, he prays that the dog will still be there when he's home. He says, my best friend. So again, there's so much emotional trauma that's going through so many people.
Yes.
And I talked to doing interviews with CBC and City News, Free Press, and others. And I talked quickly about what happened to Duck Dave. My mom was here when she was alive when the grass fire started by the church, came all the way, burnt my little house down and burnt my mom's house down. And she was still in the house. She didn't even know the fire because it came from the lake side. And she was inside the living room, which faces the road. And she didn't even know her house was burning in the back, and went all the way through, of course.
Oh, my gosh.
But thank God, I think it was Willard Lammer and them who came running to see the fire, and they came rushing over to see if she was okay and got her out. But this moral backstory is that my mom was never the same. She had to leave here and live in Dawson for my sisters for over a year. Mm-hmm. And when she came home, she was broken. Her mind was broken. And I couldn't believe it. It really hurt me to see my mom's mind broken. But the elderly are to be placed in a shock like this, and the entire villages burn up north or reserves or our communities, then it's not going to be replaced tomorrow morning. It's going to take years. And by that time, there's so much damage and hardship done to the emotions of our elders and seniors. You've got to take that. There's mental issues happening. Mental health is going to be important here. So, people, as I said, losing some of their cherished possessions, and we're not rich people. Mm-hmm. And so cherished possessions to us is not about money. It's about that picture maybe of your child that passed that you had made in your wall. Yeah. And that could be gone, and that can't be replaced. So those are the types of things I'm talking about. This is a hard time for so many. But I got to tell you about Manitoba. I'm proud of our province of Manitoba. Mm-hmm. We have big hearts. Mm-hmm. And as I said, money and clothes and everything's coming into us. More or less the clothes are important, more important sometimes than the money. The clothes that they're putting in, some are not rich, but they're coming with whatever they have to drop off, whether it's a box of Pampers and so forth and so forth. So we have toys for kids because now we have kids. Now we got to worry about how do we deal with all these kids in our camps. We've got to make sure there's activities for them. They just can't be isolated in the camp sitting there, going crazy. Mm-hmm. So now Kerry Smith is actually being in charge of some of that to make sure there's games and toys and activities for the kids, so that the parents can still try to have some common belief that they're still in a good place, Mm-hmm. So that's the issue that we're facing in the province, and I want to thank the Premier for this quick reaction. A good example also is that we own pharmacies, and we're fortunate that the Federation, we invested years ago to own pharmacies, and now our pharmacies can react to this emergency. But one of the problems we faced right away is that based on the policies of pharmacies, a pharmacist or a pharmacy can't just arbitrarily take a client without talking to the other pharmacist. Mm-hmm. Well, now that Flin Flon shut down, the pharmacy of Safeways and others are gone. Mm-hmm. Who the hell do you talk to?
Right.
So and then by their policies, our pharmacies could be charged by not money. I'm talking legally charged if they were to provide prescriptions. So we quickly had a discussion with the province, and given it's an emergency state, the province reacted, say no, we'll overstep that in the interim if we have to. We need to get medicine to our elders.
Wonderful.
And our families. So our pharmacies are ready to take that challenge on, and we'll deliver the prescriptions no matter where they are, and we'll take it out there to make sure that our citizens have their prescriptions, have their necessary needs to be met. So again, as I said, I want to thank all those people who are still doing it as I speak right now. I want to thank our team, all of our team members that are there. So many of them are out there pushing hard. We had a like one of the, I'll give you an example of struggles that don't forget the firefighters, you guys, because they're out there. And I'll give you an example of one, Buggy Danielson, which is because he's interrelated in my family, and I know him well. I know his family well, and of course Kenny Danielson is always calling in our show. He's from Cranberry. He's been evacuated now, and he has mobility issues. Son is out there fighting fire, and he can't come home. He's got 3 kids at his house. He's got 8 kids altogether, but 3 of them still live there. And now he's worried about his kids because he's out there fighting fire and he can't come home.
Oh my goodness!
Now it's, so that's example. So thank God his brother and them got together and they went to pick up the kids and Cranberries last night and brought them in. And so, but now he texted me this morning and he said he's so happy that they pick up his kids. Now he said I could focus my attention personally on the fire itself because while I'm fighting fires, I'm worrying about my family. So again, that's example of what these firefighters are going through. I think we really need to express our gratitude to them. And again, they're risking their life to try to protect everything: your home, your family, your community, your entire possessions. And what if it's like my mom had no insurance, and thank God for me, I have a good job. I had a good job. I worked for the Department of Justice for years and become president. But if I didn't have a good income, my mom told me this, and for all these people listening, my mom asked me this, and I don't know why it came in her mind, and she was talking to me. I was sitting in the living room in her house, and she was talking to me in Soto. Of course, that was her first language and her best language because she couldn't speak English good. And she was talking to me, she said to me, make sure, she said, if you could promise me that they will never put me in a personal care home. So she was so scared of that. And so I said, Mom, that'll never happen, come hell or high water. So when her house burned, I remortgaged my entire house in Winnipeg because I was finished paying my mortgage after 20-something years, and I remortgaged it all. And it was more important to me for her to have a house than I'll worry another 25 years later to pay my house down. But I want to make sure my mom and my promise were kept. So I know a lot of kids are worried about their parents, and so I, give them a call, make sure they're safe. We also have a wellness call system where we actually call, as say, for example, in Cranberry, we have a lot of their, of course, through our citizenship card information. We'll be able to track their emails, their phone numbers, and we'll be phoning there. We'll be checking, did you leave your house already? Are you gone? Are you okay? Do you need anything? So we have people on the line calling to our citizens, and as I talk by the thousands, of course, are being evacuated everywhere. We've got to make sure citizens are safe and they're gone from their danger zone into a safe place. So we're going through a lot in this province, but I'm proud, as I said to Manitoba, I'm proud of the work that others are doing. I see the chiefs reacting very quickly also on the canal. The chiefs out there that are working hard to save their people. And this is a good message. We need to start working more and more together. It's not based on if you're First Nation or you're Métis or you're Ukrainian or whatever culture you are. This is a war that's going on right now, and we can all come together. And I expressed that to the media too, and I'll get off this topic shortly. But I said this, we have few water bombers. We don't have many water bombers, but we have so many fires now. Like this is not something that's happening every 10 years or 20 years. No. This is happening a couple of years ago. Cranberry was evacuated. Now again, it's being evacuated a couple of years. In the north, you see that so often, a lot of reserves. And yes, we don't have enough tools. We don't have enough training. We don't have certified firefighters that the government should be investing in. And on top of that, if we had more water bombers, more tools and equipment, maybe we could stop these fires. And we shouldn't wait until a fire is so big, then start fighting it because you're hoping rain comes and save you instead of spending money. I think what's going to be important is that I'm not going to meet with the Premier on this, is I'm going to be pushing hard, and on Canada, if we're going to go to war, and you see what's happening right now with Trump and everything else in the world, Russia attacking Ukraine, all the countries in the world today are getting prepared to get larger equipment, more planes, more weapons, more rockets, because they're preparing a potential war. How come we're not taking that way when we look at the forest fires? These are massive, massive forest fires that are destroying thousands and tens of thousands of people's lives in Saskatchewan and Manitoba right now. And this is, again, it'll happen within years again, probably. So why aren't we looking at it as a war and putting all of this, we talk about wanting to protect people, well, protect them from this war that's happening of fires.
Right.
because it could take people's lives, and it didn't lack the money. But if we had enough water bombers and enough equipment, enough strategy to invest into fighting fires, then maybe we wouldn't be in this state today. And then now the bill is going to be 10 times the amount.
Right. Yep.
You know, it's going to cost to replace that. Insurance companies must be shaking their boots right now. People that have insurance and the lack of money, or how many cars were burnt down, and of course there's more that's happening, damage everywhere. So this is where a good example is: don't wait until the matter is got out of control before you react. Think ahead, plan ahead. And we are fortunate in our government to be planning. We talked about the camps. We could have sold those camps, and he said, no, one day we're going to need them, and exactly for this. And look at that; it's paying off now.
Thank
now
goodness.
People can have at least a safe place, and they can have a good place to stay until they can get themselves back home.
Yeah.
But anyways, you keep up the good work. All the people that are listening to me right now, thank you to all the staff. Thank you to all the volunteers. Thank you to all those people that are donating. It means so much, and our people are going to appreciate everything. And once it's all done, whatever is left, we're going to donate it back to somewhere, to somewhere else in need. It's not something we're not going to try to figure out. Okay, now the fire's over, everything's okay. Let's sell the Pampers or something, get money and use it for something else. No, we'll donate all these things we have. We'll donate somewhere else to a different program or services that desperately need.
Outstanding.
So that being said, again, I'm proud of my government, proud of my people, and then proud of my families. They're accepting the fact it's hard. They're accepting the hardship that's coming with it, and they're not complaining. They're just willing to be part of everything, and they're so happy that somebody's taking care of them. And we'll do everything in our power. We may not be able to please you 100%, but I guarantee you we're going to do everything that we can to make you safe. We're going to make sure that your family's safe, your pets are safe with us, and that we can do everything in our power to get you back home eventually when things clear up. Okay, I'm going to get some happy birthdays out of the way. I don't have much time. Happy birthday, 73rd birthday is going to be going on to Teresa Denoyer. That's Leanne Denoyer's Senior Director of Finance Mother. So, Therese, happy birthday from your daughter, Leanne. She's celebrating her birthday on Monday, June 2nd. Happy 89th birthday to go Jean Chaboyer, St. Laurent. He said he's the oldest man in St. Laurent. He's 89. Interlake Regional celebrating his birthday on Wednesday, June 4th. Happy birthday again, Jean. Five-time horseshoe champion in Manitoba. And he wants to make sure that people are remembering that. He's a 5-time champion horseshoe player in Manitoba. Also going happy birthday is going to my give me a second, somebody's calling me here. Give me a second. I guess they don't know. They're not listening to me, obviously. They just cut me off here. Okay, this one's my mother-in-law. I'll use this one first. I got it right here. Happy birthday going out to Janice Yakachuk from Cranberry. She got vacated out. Her horse going was gone grief-stricken and so worried about her mom because she has asthma and she got so many chronic illnesses. And they had her brought to Winnipeg. She's we're growing right now in Winnipeg. So happy birthday, Janice. And unfortunately, it's not the best of times, but June 5th. But you're safe and you're with your daughter and your family. So happy birthday. Also, have happy birthday going out to Luke Church. Bobby Church was actually this year visiting this morning for coffee. He came in from Swan River, and he's going to have a barbecue with his son, Luke Church, on May 31st. He's a heavy equipment instructor. Actually, I'm very proud of Luke and of course, Bobby and Sally's kids. They worked so hard to make sure they went to school and didn't let them miss school. And now he's a heavy mechanic. First, he was working with a private company, and now he's instructor at the, I think, in the colleges of North. Also, Riley, I have a hard time saying her name, Prychin, she was here yesterday, and I want to say happy birthday on June 2nd to her. And yesterday they were involved helping at the wedding, helping out any way they can. I was just so proud to see that, and I was proud to see, her, because she's so close to Richard, working hard to help out. And her partner, Brad, was in there with two hands helping out. They roasted some pigs, big pigs here, and they got it from Danny's Hog Farm, I think, or hog business there.
Oh, yeah.
So that was good to see, and the people really enjoyed that, so even watching it. So yesterday, of course, Richard and Belle Junai, now Belle Junai from the Philippines, they got married yesterday, and it was a beautiful wedding. All their favorite color is yellow, so brides and grooms are all in yellow. Not all, but the dresses were yellow, and
beautiful.
Of course, and somebody fancy. These dresses are so fancy. I'm telling you, and I'm going to tell you a price for it. But I'm not going to use a name. but eventually the person's going to know the name. So anyways, because these dresses are so fancy, and they were all, of course, lined up and dolled up, and you can't tell these, like, there's so much different cuts and designs in dresses today. Mm-hmm. But I guess she had it on backwards all the time. She didn't realize it till after. She was so shy about it. But it was such a good laugh. She got a good humor, and then she laughed. Because nobody knew when you look, but I guess it was backwards based on the cut. And so anyways, those a lot of things you were laughing about yesterday. So and that's the thing I love about Métis culture. We find something funny, we tease, and get a good laughter out of something, and it's something to remember. So again, in closing, from Cabinet, of course, and all your friends, Richard and Bella, you're a couple that needed each other, and obviously found each other for a reason. Mm-hmm. And again, as their uncle, and she calls me dad now, as her uncle, of course, Richard's uncle, and the oldest in my family now, taking responsibility on behalf of my sister who passed. Mm-hmm. A good congratulations, big hugs to them, and of course, I'll always be there to see if I can help pick them up if they ever find themselves in a challenge. But again, I want to say hi to John Wayne, who's out there visiting right now with me, and of course Don Roulette, who's helping me in my travels right now. Stan Dowling was here just visiting for coffee, and Brian Thompson was here yesterday. I had a list of them yesterday. A ton of people drove back to Winnipeg. They came in for the wedding. Think about this. Drove here 5 hours, drove right back after the wedding 5 hours later. So we had a lawyer, Murray, was there with his wife, and so forth, so forth. Anita was here. They drove back. Derek Danielson, they drove back. And just people are just coming in by rows. My niece Julie, and on and on and on. They all drove in the morning. They all left in the afternoon.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a 10-hour drive. Like going to Edmonton early.
Wow.
But anyways, I'm getting a text here from, Barbara Fleury, and I'll call you shortly. She's trying to reach out to me. She must have forgotten 80 hours. She always listens to 80 hours. Of course, that's the late John Fleury's wife. And I'll be giving her a call shortly. She needs to talk to me right away. Okay, with that being said, I just want to say again, in closing, I want to say thank you to all of our hardworking people out there that's happening and making so much. I want to again say it's such a important aspect of it that our big hearts come together, our culture comes together. So I want to make sure again I say kudos to everyone that's helping out. Give me a second. Somebody got shot here. I get updates from the police on matters that are happening. So somebody got shot. There's an announcement coming up today.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Give me a second. I want to see this out.
David, can I say something?
Sure, please.
I don't like to, when you're speaking, I don't like to interrupt because you have too much important stuff to say, so I don't want to interrupt you. But I just wanted to tell you that I'm speaking on behalf of all Manitobans, Métis Manitobans, that we appreciate all that you've done and are doing, and especially in a time of need right now. You're leading the government, you're leading the people to do what they need to do to help get through this travesty. So thank you so much and for your wonderful leadership as usual.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for his kind words. It means a lot because, it's not what I work hard for really, but I know that people have great respect. I know your parents have great respect for me, and so do you and others, and I really appreciate that. I just work and work and work. That's what my mom, I said I was born for this.
Yeah, you were.
I was developed for this. So really it's something that means everything. It means my heart. Mm-hmm. And so if I can change a person's life, save a person, I'll do everything I can. Like yesterday, we have a 4 o'clock meeting, by the way, so citizens know. 4 o'clock, my top ministers get together, key staff get together at 4 o'clock. And we go and update what's going on, what's happening. Is there anything that we need to know? Is there changes? Is something occurring that we need to jump on? So we want to make sure that we're constantly aware of what's going on. But anyways, in closing, just say, Winnipeg Police Services hosting a news conference today. Identity notification of families pending. Unconfirmed, but says Indigenous unknown, a member of First Nation, taking investigation. I believe somebody got shot or something of that nature. I can't see the full text here. Mm-hmm. So if something's happened today, I'll keep you posted if I know anything later. Mm-hmm. But again, that's why it's so important that we have a relationship and discussion with the police, mm-hmm. So we can make sure we can understand what happened and understand how we resolve it, how to make sure that people are not being shot because somebody is being overzealous, right. But it's a safety issue, not somebody that is too quick to draw, Mm-hmm. So anyways, to take everybody, send your prayers out to the families out there that are so already devastated right now.
Yes.
And again, to all of you, take care and thank you for finding me, Cowboy. And I'll talk to you guys next Saturday. And say hi to my sister Rita, who takes care of me when I'm here. So,
hi, Rita.
And Francis, of course. They're both here. They always take care of me when I come home.
Feed you good.
Oh, they feed me good. Trust. I had porridge this morning. I had a craving for porridge, and now Hilda sent me smoked suckers. I can't wait to get to them this afternoon.
Well,
I'm
good.
telling you. Oh, thank you, Hilda. If you're listening, thank you very much.
They're treating you like the gold that you are.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.